I never really looked into Nick Starkel before I started researching him for this video, but he has since become one of my favorite players, so much so, I want to buy a Nick Starkel jersey, whether it's from San Jose State or if he is able to make an NFL team. But who is Nick Starkel? In the Who Is series, we go through the backstories of up-and-coming collegiate and pro athletes. If you enjoy these videos, leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If there's a player you want to see in future videos, comment it below. I have some fan request videos coming out over the next few weeks. Nick Starkel is listed as being recruited from Texas, but has actually lived in 8 cities in 7 different states before he even graduated high school. His father, Murray, was a lieutenant in the Army who has since retired, according to The Athletic, after 20 years of service as a lieutenant colonel. The frequent moving shaped Starkel's personality and helped him become a more outgoing person. Starkel spoke about the constant moving, saying, "I feel like that made it super easy for me in these transitions to make friends and be able to step out of my comfort zone and adapt and build relationships with these teammates who are from different places." Starkel moved from New York to California to Kansas to Louisiana, but in middle school, his family stopped moving and his family settled in Texas. Starkel first started playing football in 3rd grade in New Orleans, where he was an offensive guard and defensive end before getting the opportunity to play quarterback. Starkel originally attended South Lake Carroll in South Lake, Texas, but left his freshman year. He then transferred to Liberty Christian, but did not start until his junior year. Starkel decided to compete at the Dallas Regional for the Elite 11 and competed against the likes of Jalen Hurts and De'Aaron King. At the time, he was only 6'3" and 187 pounds and only had one Power 5 offer from Oklahoma State. Starkel stayed calm and collected and earned an invite to the Elite 11 camp, where he would just miss out on making the top 11. While at the camp, Starkel earned a nickname, Mr. Fanny Pack, and Trent Dilfer said, "He rolls into Elite 11 with a fanny pack, and players are killing him and coaches are killing him. And by the end of Elite 11, every coach and every player was wearing a fanny pack, and I had spent $2,000 on Nike buying everyone a fanny pack." Starkel threw for 3,091 passing yards and 29 touchdowns as a senior, and finished his high school career with 4,745 yards and 48 touchdowns. Starkel was a 3-star recruit who was the 21st best pro-style quarterback in his class, 80th best player in Texas, and 523rd best player nationally. Like I mentioned before, Starkel only had one Power 5 offer before the Elite 11 camp from Oklahoma State. After the camp, he received an offer from Texas A&M. Starkel never really wanted to play in Stillwater and decided to decommit and commit to the Aggies. Starkel redshirted his freshman year at Texas A&M, and after Trevor Knight left the program, he took over a leadership role before getting injured. Kellen Mond took over the starting spot while Starkel was out. Starkel would take back the starting spot down the stretch where he repped a Justin Bieber shirt under his pads. He is a major believer. He played extremely well in Texas A&M's bowl game against Wake Forest, where he completed 66.7% of his passes, 499 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception in a 55-52 Belk Bowl loss. He finished the season throwing for 1,793 yards, 14 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. But Jimbo Fisher decided to give the reins to Kellen Mond after taking over for Kevin Sumlin. While some players may have complained on social media, Starkel kept a positive attitude. After Kellen Mond played extremely well during the season opener his sophomore year, Starkel tweeted, "Great team win. Proud of all those guys that stepped on the field tonight. 12th man was amazing." And that never changed towards the end of the season, where on December 31st, he wrote, "In 2019, I want to respond with love to any circumstance. Even if it's irrational, respond with love." While other college players may have attacked their teammates or coaches, he stayed positive. After the 2018 season ended, Starkel sat down with his family to look at all his options. His father had kept track of all the rules, eligibility, and potential landing spots in a spreadsheet. Starkel had 1 semester left at A&M and wanted to graduate, and that he did. When Starkel told Fisher his decision, Jimbo Fisher told Starkel he would help him through the transfer process and not pull a scholarship. Although A&M fans begged him not to go, Starkel transferred to Arkansas, who needed a quarterback, and was coached by Chad Morris and offensive coordinator Joe Craddock. Morris and Craddock had recruited Starkel out of high school when they were at SMU, so there was already a relationship developed. Starkel believed the coaching staff would give him a fair shot to win the job, although he was competing with grad transfer Ben Hicks, who had played for Morris and Craddock at SMU. Hicks won the job, but Starkel was given an opportunity to play in the second game against Ole Miss when Hicks struggled. Starkel came in and went 17 for 24 for 201 yards and 1 touchdown, but Arkansas fell 31-17. He played extremely well the following game, throwing for 305 yards and 3 touchdowns against Colorado State, but then struggled the following game. So I want to pause for a second to talk about Nick Starkel's love for Justin Bieber. I am as shocked as you that Justin Bieber made it into one of these videos. As I already mentioned, he is a major believer, but the love goes deep. For his birthday in 2018, his dream was to meet Justin Bieber, and he actually made a video asking Ellen to help him since he was going to Los Angeles for spring break. I also mentioned he wore a Justin Bieber shirt under his pads for every game. During Arkansas's game against San Jose State, Starkel threw for 356 yards and 3 touchdowns. The issue was he also threw 5 interceptions, and Arkansas lost 31-24. After the game, Starkel said the Bieber shirt had been ripped in half and thrown away. He also added, "No more nonsense, no more distractions. All I'm focused on is this team and this season, nothing else." Bieber found out and wrote he was disappointed at Starkel. The last time Starkel would throw for 100 yards was in the game against his former team the following week, where he went 12 for 17 for 109 yards and 1 interception. Starkel was never the same the rest of the season. Kelly Stacy wrote in a fantastic article about Starkel was going through much more than just on-field issues. He had fallen out of love with football. His best friend and former Texas A&M teammate, Luke Laufenberg, died of leukemia the week before the season opener. Starkel was heartbroken. He constantly questioned the point of playing. When he won the starting spot, he thought he might start enjoying it again, but it didn't feel the same. Starkel was hating football at the time and was counting down the days until the next season. He said it was a toxic way to play the game and super toxic when you are the leader of the team. Chad Morris was fired and Sam Pittman came in, and with Arkansas recruiting Felipe Franks to play quarterback and Starkel wanting to extend his career, he decided to enter his name into the transfer portal again. The first time he was in the portal, Starkel's phone was blowing up, but after leaving Arkansas, he received one important text. Josh Love, San Jose State's previous quarterback who had just graduated, reached out to Starkel and pitched him coming to play there. The Spartans returned most of their starters, and the coaches were looking for a transfer quarterback. Starkel responded to Love, "I'm more than interested. I'm down. Give the coach my number, and he doesn't even have to recruit me. I'll just come there. That sounds good to me." The team Starkel had his worst career game against was now his new home. Starkel had not even met the coaches before he had arrived there. Before Starkel got to San Jose State, they had gone 2-11 in 2017, 1-11 in 2018, and 5-7 in 2019. Although the Mountain West delayed the start of the season, Starkel and San Jose State played extremely well. Starkel threw for 467 yards and 5 touchdowns while completing 72.3% of his passes against New Mexico. He completed 66.7% of his passes for 306 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception against Nevada. Going into the Mountain West Conference Championship game, the team that was projected to finish towards the bottom of the conference was 6-0. Starkel completed 32 of his 52 passes for 453 yards and 3 touchdowns to beat Boise State 34-20. It was the 4th 400-yard passing game of Starkel's career and broke Derek Carr's title game passing record of 404 yards set back in 2013. Starkel has thrown for 1,906 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions in 7 games this season. San Jose State finished the season 7-0 and ranked 22nd in the playoff rankings and will play Ball State on New Year's Eve in the Arizona Bowl. When asked about the image transferring multiple times has created for Starkel, he told The Athletic, "There's a lot of negativity in the world, and I could spend all day trying to defend myself to those people who are being negative. But at the end of the day, it's not their life. It's my life. It's my journey, and I'm happy. I have people who are really in my corner of the ring that are fighting for me and supporting me, and that's really all I feel like I need. I'm just thankful that I could still play ball." Nick Starkel, if this video ever finds its way to you, I just want to say you've developed a new fan. Stay positive, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future. If you enjoyed this video, check out my other videos in the Who Is series. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, remember to embrace the grind.